world! Hello everyone de la Cruz. Welcome to Everyone Can Code. One, or One de la Cruz, symbolizes every Filipino. Everyone Can Code, or ECC, is an online campaign that aims to build a community of coders. ECC believes that every Filipino, regardless of age, gender, and status, can be creative and can learn how to code. We would like to communicate that coding is an essential skill in this age and time. Coding is the language of technology and promotes critical thinking and problem solving. Teaching coding is about teaching thinking. ECC aims to build a community that equips every Filipino with coding skills. With ECC, we would like to move away from the mentality that coding is just for geeks, technical, and smart individuals. And we wish to remove the intimidation in coding. With innovation plus localization, we hope that every student, our young generation, and every Filipino can learn how to code for the future of our digital economy and nation building. We also look forward for our graduates to have an option to not just be an employee, but become a digital entrepreneur and start up their own business. PMC Business Systems Inc. or PBSI offers a step-by-step ladderized training program for coding. As a technology training center, we have Apple certified trainers who can run Apple's curriculum for Swift Programming SDK and iOS app development. Join us every Monday at 2 p.m. for our online free coding webinar. There will be t-shirts for grab to our winners. Just simply follow the instructions of our trainer. And if you have comments or questions, you can post it on our comment section.
Hello everyone! Magandang araw sa inyong lahat. So I'm back again here in Everyone Can Code. So I hope you will keep watching until the end of this video. No? So today we will going to continue the discussions on how we can create a web page. So last week we used HTML. Then today we're going to use a CSS. Okay, so we're going to try to discuss some of the basic syntax using the CSS and how we can create a simple web page. Then after that, we're going to integrate all of them. No? Yung lahat ng na-discuss natin, we're going to use, and para we can see also what kind of output we can create using those elements and tags using the HTML and CSS. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so I'm back here on my desktop. So again, katulad last week, no, we use Sublime as our IDE on how we can write down all this the code. Last week we used HTML, so now we're going to use a CSS. Okay, so first. Let's change this one to HTML first. Okay, or maybe we can use CSS. Okay, then there. So you can use HTML. So you can use HTML and you can also use CSS. So either alin na pwede niyong gamitin, no? So let's start here in HTML. Okay, so automatic upon creating your what do you call this one? Your first file, no, it generates na kagad, no. So here we have the title. So this time let's create first, no. I'm gonna show to you an example of a style of using a CSS. Then let's discuss now what are this style. So first, let's have here initiate or write down the style in the word. Then of course we have to have the closing for the style. Then inside the style, maybe we can add here body. Okay, then let's say background. So don't worry, you're going to discuss some of this body, then the other part things or value or that you can use on the CSS. No? So let's have H1. Then what are the things we can, okay, sige. Pwedeng we can write color, then white, then text align. So these are the common, these are the common syntax na ginagamit in CSS, no, in formatting your web page. Okay, then let's have a paragraph here. So we're going to use font, family, then let's write down Verdana, then an Arial. Okay. Then we have here font, oops, I forgot about semicolon, then font size, okay, then 20 pixels. Okay, then we have the closing. Then let's put some value inside, okay, and our what do you call this one? And our body. Okay. So let's have here H1, then let's say my first CSS web page. Okay, then of course don't forget the closing. Then I have here paragraph. Let's say I'm so excited to try CSS. Okay, there you go. Then of course you have to save this one. Then let's name this one CSS web page.html. Then I've created the CSS folder here. Okay, I also put image already, so para we can use it later. CSS web page. That's it. Save it. Then I'll just have to go here on my CSS folder, or maybe on the indexed. Okay. Let's open CSS folder, then let me open it, then here. Okay, so this is an example actually of a CSS in styling, no? So in this one, so we have the paragraph, we have the color, we have the text align. So let's try to one by one each, no? So we have the P, okay, paragraph here. So P is a here, we use this one as a selector, no? In CSS, no, it points the HTML element that you want to style. So technically, this is refers to this line. So yung P natin, we apply Verdana. So bakit dalawa yung font style? So just in case Verdana is not available, so it will automatically apply the Arial kung sino yung susunod sa kanya na available, no? Then, so you would see there that I'm so excited to try CSS. So, ito yon, ito yung part na yon. Then, we also have the color. So, color is the property, no? We call it also property. Then, yung white dyan, it's all, this is what we call the property value. Okay, then we also have here the text align, as you can see on my screen. So text align is also a property, and center is the property value. So these are the some basic things, no, that you can do with the styling using the CSS. Now, the next, let's try to do next naman. So let's create a new one, Command N, file. Then let's try to create or discuss a CSS selector, no? So, sino ba si CSS selector? So, CSS selector, no, it use an ID. Okay, it uses an ID, or ID selector uses the ID attributes of an HTML, no, or HTML element to select specific elements. So, what I want you to remember is that ID of an element is a unique within the page. So technically, isa lang siya dapat, no? So the ID selector is used to select one unique element only. Then in terms of selecting element with a specific ID, no, we use hashtag or the numbers sign character followed by the ID of the element. So let's try to create this one. So let's open this one. Okay, then I'm gonna create HTML here. Then let's remove the title now. We're not going to use the title now since I'm just showing you guys some of the basic property style that we can use with the CSS. So in creating selector, of course, as I mentioned, no, kailangan natin we have a unique element for this. Then yung selector natin or the ID, no, attributes, or it targets the specific element on the HTML. So what we're going to do first is let's go in the body. Then let's have here a paragraph. Then let's put ID. Then let's say this will be my paragraph 1. Then, so I have here a paragraph text. I'll just put it here inside. So let's say I'm so excited. Okay. Then next, I'm going to add a simple paragraph, a plain paragraph without an ID. No? So technically, I have here 2 paragraph element. Okay, I'll just close my second paragraph. Then let's try to use CSS. Now, since we have already here the paragraph or ID selector, what we can do is we can add here the style. Okay. Then, to refer or to use selector, hashtag or the number sign character, then write down the ID. Okay? Paragraph 1. So, this number sign refers to this, sinasabi niya dito na, okay, I'm talking about with the paragraph 1, which is this one, or this line. Okay? So, kung ano man yung settings or style na ilalagay natin dito will take effect only on that excuse me, on that paragraph. Okay, so let's try text align. Okay, then next, let's have color, then green. Okay, then let's save this one. Then let's save this one as CSS selector. Okay, then let's save this one. Now, let's try to open this one from my CSS folder. Okay, then let's open CSS selector. Okay, there you go. So you would see here that I have here, I'm so excited. This is my first paragraph, no? And it changed the color of green and it's aligned on the center. Then as you can see, I have the second set of my paragraph element here. We're in, it's just a normal, no? Hindi nag-apply yung set or style na nilagay natin on the paragraph 1 na ID natin. So that's how it works, no? The selector. Now, next is, let's try to do naman, no? Or how we can add, no? Or how we can link. Actually, I'm going to show it to you later, no? On how we can add CSS. Now, there are 3 ways, no? Or actually, there are 3 ways on how we can insert CSS. We have 3 types. We have external, we have internal, and inline. So, yung external na tinatawag, external style is you will define yung CSS link within our, you will define within the link, of the element inside the head section. So, it means inside on this part. So, dito naka-declare yung link that refers to the other CSS file. So that's the external. Then the internal naman is you will define within the style element, okay, within the style element inside the head and section of an HTML. So it means it's still inside here on the head. Pero wala siyang link. Naka-define siya within the style mismo or dito. Okay? So later on, when we're going to create page, dito natin siya makikita. Then next, the third one is inline styles are defined with the, style attributes of the element. So, ibig sabihin, naka-define siya within the style siya. Okay? So, that's the three differences or three ways on how we can insert or add CSS. Okay? Now, we're going to do it later. Now, what we can do also is, let's discuss naman CSS colors. So what I want to emphasize in the colors is the RGB and the RGBA na tinatawag. Okay? What's the differences? Okay? So in CSS kasi RGB color represents, of course, obviously, no, red, green, and blue. And it can be specified as RGB value using the RGB open close parentheses, then specifying the color of the red, green, and blue. So let's try to do that. Okay. So inside here, the body. Okay, let's remove the title na lang. So inside the body, okay, let's say H1, style equals to background color. Then I'm going to call the RGB. So as you can see there, then I can specify 255, 0, then 0. So this is the color, no? That's the combination of red, green, blue. So obviously, yung first parameter lang natin or value yung merong an unit or number. So it means it's a color red, no? So let's try this one. So here, we can put here siguro I'm color red. Okay, then let's end this one. Okay, then let's save this one. Then let's name this one CSS Colors. Then save. Then let's try to open CSS Colors. There. Okay. So it's a red, no? Kasi since we have this color red. Now, what if, for example, no, as I mentioned, RGBA is a part or under of the CSS color. So RGBA is a color values, no? It's an extension actually of the RGB color value. Kaya lang kasi itong RGBA is with alpha. That's the A stands for alpha, no? Which specify the opacity of for color, no? So let's say, for example, you want to define a more lighter color, so you're going to use this one. It's the alpha. Okay, how we can do that, no? Let's comment out first siguro this one para makita lang din. Okay, let's have H2, then style, then background color, then RG. Actually, you'll see here RGBA. So nandyan na din siya. So let's for example 255, then 99, 71. So I'm guessing a color, no? So this is my first shade. Okay, then let's end this one. Then next is, let's say, another H2. Okay. So maybe we can copy this one para mas mabilis. Okay. Then 0. Siguro baguhin natin yung alpha value natin. Okay. Then Command S. Then let's name this. Then let's refresh this one. There. So you, oops. Okay. So, just ako. So there. So you would see, no, there, they use a different shades. So yun yung ginagawa nung A natin, or the alpha, no. So if I'm going to uncomment this one, so you would see the color. Ayan. So I'm color red. So that's the use of the RGB and RGBA, no. So it's very easy lang, no, in using colors. So if you have any questions regarding with the discussions, you just have to simply comment out on the comment box. So we will try to help you or answer your questions. Okay. Now, next is let's try to create naman a CSS background, no? How we can create the simple CSS background, or what are the I mean syntax or property that we can use with the CSS background. So let's try, no, it's very basic now. Let's first use the color. Then after that, let's try to use the background image. Okay, so HTML. So on the title, just remove the title na lang kasi we're not going to use the title. Okay, then let's say here, body. I'm going to use background color, say pink. Okay, para mas mabilis. I'm going to put some comments here. So each one. Then this is my first web page. So background, I have the property and I have the property value. No, let's save this one. So let's name CSS background. Then let's save this one. Okay. So let's save that. Then let's try to open the CSS background there. Okay. So I'm using pink. Now, what if I want to use an image naman, no? Instead of using the color, I want to use an image. Okay, in CSS now we use so let me just comment out this one. Then let's add here a background image. Then you specify the URL. So inside the URL, you just have to specify here the image name.jpg. Okay. So ganyan lang siya simple, no? Ganyan lang siya kadali. But make it sure that your image should save inside your folder, no? Kasama ng mga HTML file natin. Or CSS files rather. So there. So this is my, there you go. Ayan. So buo siya, no? So on how you can use an image as the background on your file. Okay? So that's very easy, no? Na if you will try it, if you will try it, no? I mean, you would enjoy dealing or creating a web page using the CSS. Actually, kasi mas madami kang magagawa sa kanya. It's because there's a lot of style that you can use or apply on your web page. Okay? So next, let's create naman or how to use a borders naman, no? So, I'm just discussing muna yung mga simple CSS styles that we can use na para later on when we do the creations of the web page, a simple web page is, okay, yung pala yung use nun. Ganun pala yung gamit nun. Actually, there's a lot of property, no, na pwedeng gamitin in terms of the CSS style, no? Kaya lang sa sobrang dami kasi we can't cover it all, no? So, here's I'm trying to discuss some of the basics that we can use, no? So, let's discuss here the borders naman. Actually, there's a lot of different borders that we can use, no? So, let's try this one. So, I'm going to put here style. Okay. Then, inside the style, okay, I'll put it paragraph first here. Okay, I'm going to have two sets of paragraph. Okay, the first one, so we're going to put a class here, no? So, with the good thing with the class is, of course, same parent, you specifying the line wherein uh, it will apply kung ano yung style na nilalagay natin doon sa style body natin. No? So, let's name this dotted. Then, my first CSS border. Okay, then next one is, let's put class name again. Okay, then let's say this one solid. Oops. Okay, then I'm so excited. Okay, so since I have here two sets of paragraph elements, so let's specify it here. So by calling the class, you just have to call the paragraph element p dot then yung class name natin. So this is the dotted. Okay, then let's apply now, no, yung border style, then dotted. Okay, actually, there's a lot of different style ng border, no? So, you can search it on the internet, no? Para mas makita niyo yung iba pa. Pero, these are just an example of one of the existing dotted style that we can use in the CSS. So, border style. Then, this one, let's use solid. Para you can see lang what's the differences of the dotted and solid, no? Then, let's say this one. Then let's CSS border. Okay, let's see. Then let's see. Click on this one. There. Yeah, let me just close the other web page para mas. Okay, here. So this is differences now of a CSS using the dotted format and the solid format. Actually, as again, mas madami po yan. No? So, you can search it on the internet to try para yung iba is you could also see the differences. Okay? So, next is, what are the things we can discuss? Pa siguro padding, CSS padding, no? Okay, CSS padding is also one of the nice thing that we can use maybe, and also it's very useful, no, in terms of spacing. Okay, actually padding is used to create space around the element content, no, and inside of any defined border. So it means we can use padding for individual sites. So let's say HTML. So let's have first here the body. Okay, let's have here a div. Okay, then siguro I need lorem ipsum. So I need this, no? Copy ko lang para kita natin. See? Then I'm gonna put it here on my div. Then on the head body, okay, I'm gonna put here this my style for this div, no? Oops. So I'm going to create div. Then inside div, let's say we call border. Okay, by defining border, actually we can by pixels now for px and solid. So that would be color gray. Then background color. Okay. So as you can see here, no, pwede natin silang pagsama-samahin. So let's add the padding na. So you will see there we have the padding top, left, right, and bottom. So it means you can set different value from the top up to the left. Okay, let's first go with top, then 50 pixels. Oops, and don't forget to put semicolon at the end. I always forget to put no semicolon at the end. So let's try this would be 30 pixels. Then padding, let's say large button. Then this will be 50 pixels also. Then padding left. Then maybe 8 pixels. So I'm just guessing an volume, no? So there. So this text would place inside the border, and you would see that there's a distance between the border and the text, no? So let's just save this one first para you would see, no? So this would be CSS Padding. So here, there you go. Oops. Hindi siya, okay, there. So I have here the distance, pero bakit parang hindi nag-take effect yung bottom ko. Let's say this 70. Padding top right bottom. Okay. Okay. I see it. I saw it now. So I forgot to put the semicolon at the end. That's why. There. Okay. So see, so semicolon is very important now. So this is an example of using the padding. No? So it's very easy, no? Napakadali lang niya. Then, what else? Meron pa bang I think na pwedeng i-share para when we do the creations of the creating web pages, it's very easy na lang. Siguro, the CSS links and styling links, no? Actually, links, yung links na tinutukoy ko is can be styled differently, no? Depending on what state you're going to use. So actually, there are 4 length states, no? We have the yung A colon length, A actually stands for the anchor, no? So it's A length is for a normal and unvisited link, no? Then yung A anchor visited, so obviously it's a visited website. Then we can also have an hover, so we're in a link when the user mouse over it dun sa text, so pwede siya mag-hover. We're going to use it later. Then we have the active, okay? Obviously that link, I mean a link the moment is click, no, when we use the active anchor active link, no? So we're going to discuss those files, okay, or we're going to we're going to use, no, yung mga ibang file style na yan. So now what we are going to use is, what we're going to do is, let's create the basic web page, okay, the basic web page na using yung mga na-discuss natin, okay? So let's close this one, no, para hindi kasi medyo puno na yung ano ko. Okay. Oops. Let's this one. Sorry. Then we're going to create now, no. Let's try to combine yung mga na-discuss natin. So first is, let's create an HTML file. So HTML. So I have here the HTML. Then let's add the title here. Oops, sorry. Okay, put here my first CSS web page. Okay. There. Then let's create a link. Okay, now we're going to use ano pa lang okay, link. So we're going to use style sheet here. Okay, I mean style sheet. Then type is we can let's put it here, text /css. Okay. Then of course the most important thing is the file. So let's name yung gagawin nating CSS file is style.css. So dapat yung file name na gagawin natin is will be style.file. So let's save this one first. Then save na lang na din natin here. Then let's name this one CSS webpage. Meron na pala ako nun. Okay, let's put it webpage na lang. Webpage CSS. Okay, then let's create another file. So it should be the same style.css now. So let's save this one and let's name this one style.css. Then save it within the same folder. Okay, so as you can see here, no, naka CSS file type na siya. Okay, so here we have this one. So what we're going to do is let's have a div class. Then let's have an unordered list and a list item. Okay, so we have the body. So let's have here header. Then inside the header, let's have a div. Okay, then let's have a div class. So let's put here name. Okay, para it to be accessible. Okay, you can use UL. And UL stands for unordered list kung natatandaan siya. So we have li. Okay, so let's have here a tag href kung natatandaan siya. Then let's use selector. So hashtag. Then let's put it home. So command C. Oops, sorry. Command V. Okay. Home. Say support. Then let's say this will be gallery. Then support, ano pa ba? Content. Then let's say about. Okay, there you go. Yep. Of course, before we forgot, of course you have to put the closing anchor. Okay. There. So, and of course, the closing and order list. Okay, command S. So let's open this one. Oops. Here, CSS, then webpage CSS. There you go. Okay. So we have this one, no? We already have this one. So the home, gallery. So these are all link. Kaya lang wala pa tayong mailalagay na content, no? Pero it's still, it's a selector, no? So we use now hashtag for the selector kasi we're going to use the formatting later on the style.css, okay? So let's go here on the style. Then let's have asterisk. Okay, asterisk means all, no? So margin. Column 0, then padding, again lang natin 0, then font, family, then let's use it Century Gothic, okay. Then let's add header. So itong asterisk, no, it means all, no? So ibig sabihin itong style na lagyan natin apply in all. Okay, so let's have here header. So background image. So URL. So I have a URL and here. bgc.jpg. So bgc.jpg. Then height. Let's have here 100. Height. Then background. Size cover. Okay, let's put it cover, no? Para maano yung lahat ng natin. Then background position. Then center. Okay. Then so we have here the unordered list, no? So this one. So we're let's add here yung floating. So let's change the ano, no? The alignment kasi nasa left siya, no? Let's put it on the right. So UL, then float, then right on the right side, then list style, no, list style type. Okay, so none. Okay, then command S. So let's refresh the page. Ayan, so there. So here's the background. Ayan, so lakihan natin. Here's the background na ginamit ko. Then here's the link that we created, no? So we modify it using the style.css. Okay, so you see there it's located on the right side, no? So let's add the code pa. Okay, from here, let's add UL again. So this is for the unordered list item kasi we have an ordered list item here. Okay, what we're going to do is display, then inline block. Okay, so you would see what would happen when you use the inline block there. Okay, so nag-align siya. So you'd see, no, medyo sagad siya dito sa screen natin. So we're going to fix that, no? So let's add another UL list item anchor. Okay, it's still specified here, okay, on this part. Okay, so what we can do is text decoration. Text decoration. Text. Okay, na lang. Then color white. Okay, by the way, you can use an hexa value and you can also specify the color white here, no? Pero I much prefer to use the hexa value because it's more specific on color, no? So let's add padding, then 5 pixels and 20 pixels. Okay, then border, let's put border, then 1 pixel, then solid is yung border line. Okay, then color white na lang din tayo. Okay, then let's try to refresh. There. Okay, so it's here. Okay, so it's color white, no? So let's add code under the under unordered list. Let's put margin. Okay, margin, the top 25 pixels. Okay, then let's see. Okay, margin. There. So bumaba siya kasi sagad siya dun sa ano natin. So let's add another set of codes. So let's go pa rin sa unordered list item anchor. Okay, let's use hover. So kung naalala nyo kanina, I've mentioned this one. So background color, then let's put white na lang. Okay, let's Okay, let's see. Ayan. So, see? There. Okay, so hold on. What are the things that you can add pa? Oops, I forgot to put here. That's why. There. So, kita nyo, I forgot to put the semicolon here. See what happened, no? So, ganun siya. Ganun lang siya. So, supposedly, we have the border. Kaya hindi nagtitake effect yung border din sa list natin is because I forgot to put semicolon at the end. So, upon putting it back, so, there. Home, gallery, support. So, we have highlight here. So, responsible of doing this hover is this one. Okay? This part. Okay? So, next is, let's modify. Let's add. Okay, let's add here. Kasi kung papansin nyo, parang ang bilis ng transition ng color. Let's put some transition. Okay. Then 0.06 seconds is. Okay. Then refresh. So you would see, nakita nyo yung hindi siya ganun nakabilis. Okay, transition series. Okay. Now, next is, let's add, okay, another set of codes. Okay, tech name. Okay. Then, max width, 1200 pixels. Then, margin. Let's use auto. There. So, medyo maliit lang yung ano ko, pero okay. Okay, we have here this one now. So, next is, let's add a class active here on our web page. Okay, so by the way, this main, no, this main max width margin refers to this div class main. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's add the following code. Let's add the following code here on the list item. Let's put class here. Class equals active. Okay, then href. So, ano mangyayari dun sa active na yon? So, let's see. Oops. What happened? Active. Okay. Then, so we all put active here. So, let's add style here. Okay. So we're going to use unordered list, li dot active. So refers dun sa ginawa natin kanina. Then anchor. Okay, let's have a background color. Then let's put F na natin. Color. So this unordered list item active anchor refers to this line. Itong ginawa natin na to. So what would happen is, so upon refreshing, bakit hindi siya nag-reflect? Wait lang. Okay, forgot to put semicolon at the end. There. Okay, so by default, it's already highlighted as it means this is an active link, no? So, but still you can select pa rin naman. Okay? So, that's the purpose of this active state here. Okay? So, next is, what we're going to do is, let's update yung list item. This one, yung update list item account. So, let's put this one, instead na solid white kasi to, no? Let's put this transparent na lang. Transparent. let's see what happened. There. Okay. So, nakita. So, balik ko. Okay, solid. Okay. So, kanina, so kita nyo may line pa yung border, natin dito, no? Yung border natin. So, what we're going to put here is a transparent para hindi kita yung border natin for each of this. Okay. So, that's it. Okay, it's very easy, no? So, next is, let's add, okay, let's put text here sa gitna. Okay, so, what we're going to do is, let's add code here sa, here na lang. Let's create a new div here. Okay, div. Then let's have here class title. Sorry. Class. So let's name it as title. Okay, then lagyan natin dito ng each one. Let's say, ano bang pwede natin lagay? Okay, travel Philippines. Okay. Est, then let's refresh. Here, nandito siya, no? So, let's modify, no? We should put this travel Philippines here on the center of our page. So, let's go on our style CSS. So, we call the dot title. Okay. Then, let's have position and absolute. Then, top. 50% from the top. And let's say left is 50% also. Then let's have here transform. So color translate. So 50% to 50%. Okay, next is let's add another one, title. Of course, let's change the the what do we call this one? The color. Let's add title H1. Okay, kasi diba we have here the H1 element here, so let's have title H1. Then let's put here color. Then number sign white, and the font size, I mean. So let's add here the font size, 100 pixels. S, then refresh. Oops, nothing happens. Why? Okay. There. Okay, that's it. So we have here a sample website. So using the of course CSS now. So we done some basic CSS style here together with the HTML element. So here's the sample output. Okay, so I hope you learned something from us. So this is very basic training using HTML and CSS, and I hope that you are going to continue exploring this CSS and HTML. Then try to create wonderful websites using this CSS and HTML, and I know you can do and you can create a great design using this. Okay, so thank you for listening and have a nice day. See you next time. Bye!
Nag-enjoy ba kayo? Marami ba kayong natutunan? Ano ang pinaka nagustuhan ninyo sa session? Comment below your answer, and the most creative answer will win the limited Everyone Can Code shirt. And to get your e-certificate and know more about our training offerings, simply scan the QR code. See you again on our next session. Bye!